In today's video, I am going to teach you how to use Brevo on my site. This will help you connect Brevo so your site can send email reliably. If you already have a Brevo account, you can finish the setup by updating a couple of settings inside your Brevo dashboard. To begin, open your Brevo dashboard in your web browser. Once you are logged in, look for your account name in the top right area of the screen. You might see it next to a profile icon or a small drop-down arrow. Click on your account name there. This step is important because it opens the menu where you can access the configuration options for your account. After you click your account name, a menu will appear. From that menu, you should select Settings. Take a moment to make sure you are clicking Settings and not another option in the same menu. This is the area where Brevo stores key configuration details that affect how email is handled for your site. Now that you are in Settings, the page may show several sections. Depending on your dashboard layout, you might need to scroll slightly so you can find the right section for email delivery and integrations. Look for an option labeled SMTP and API. When you see it, click SMTP and API. This step matters because Brevo uses SMTP and API credentials to connect with external tools, including websites and email services. Once you click SMTP and API, you should be taken to the page where connection settings and credentials are managed. This page is usually focused on enabling email sending through standard SMTP protocols and also through the API, if you use it. Since your goal is to set up Brevo on your site, this is the area you will need to access. Next, you will see a section where you can generate credentials. Follow the prompts on the page to generate the SMTP settings. The instruction here is to generate SMTP. When you click Generate, the system will create the required SMTP configuration information. Keep your attention on the screen during this action because the page may refresh or the credentials may appear after the generation completes. After the generation is finished, the relevant SMTP information should become available on this page. At this point, you will typically have values that your site can use to connect to Brevo for sending email. Do not rush through this part. Make sure you are locating the correct generated output related to SMTP, not something unrelated to API usage. Now, return your focus to what you will use next for your site. Since the instructions you have mentioned generating SMTP, you should treat the generated SMTP details as the information that your website will need. Depending on your site setup, you may be prompted to enter host, port, username, and password values. Again, the exact fields on your site depend on the tool or plugin you are using, but the SMTP and API page is where those values are coming from. If you see multiple options or multiple generated entries, make sure you select the one intended for SMTP, since that is what the step asked you to generate. If there is any display message confirming that SMTP credentials have been generated successfully, it is worth reading briefly so you know the setup is complete on the Brevo side. At this point, you have completed the key Brevo steps. You accessed your account menu, opened settings, navigated to SMTP and API, and generated the SMTP credentials. The next stage, which happens outside of Brevo, is to copy the SMTP details into the email settings area of your site or email plugin. That will allow your website to send email through Brevo, and that covers everything you need to know for this part of the setup. And that is all there is to it.